there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelby and today I have 5 romance book recommendation for you guys. I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite tropes that I actually don't talk about very often on my channel, and that is the single mom, single dad trope, and I always really love that one. So I have 5 books to talk about today, so let's get right into it. The first book I have to talk about is A Little Too Late by Stacey Hart, and I read this one last year and it kind of got me really into this trope. And this follows a girl named Hannah who is from Holland, and she is an au pair in the US, and she traveled over from Holland to work in the US. And she's had a little bit of trouble. She's being harassed by her employer, so she decides to leave her job. So luckily her agency finds her another job, but she's a little hesitant because it is a single father that she'll be working for, and she's hesitant because of her past experience with her current employer. The guy Hannah will be working for is named Charlie, and he is a really sweet-natured workaholic dad. I believe the mom walked out on him and he's been raising the kids alone ever since, and so he definitely needs a nanny since he works so much. And she moves in with them and is their au pair, and of course a romance starts between them, and this to me was such a sweet romance. This one isn't super steamy, I'd say it's low on the steam level, but it is so sweet and I loved their romance. And I really liked Hannah's heritage from Holland was kind of incorporated into the story. She did a lot of baking with kind of traditional Holland dishes, and I really liked that as well, so I'd really recommend this one. The next one I have to recommend is The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros, and this one is a really emotional military romance, and it follows 2 best friends who I believe are in the army together named Beckett and Ryan, and they are deployed overseas. And Ryan gets this idea that he's going to set Beckett up with his sister Ella, and so Beckett and Ella start writing letters to each other, but Beckett never reveals his name, so Ella never knows his true identity. But they do create this little relationship via letters, and there's a flirtation and a trust involved. But then Ryan dies overseas unexpectedly, and he leaves a letter for his friend Beckett asking him to watch over his sister because she is a single mother and she has 2 twins. One of them has pediatric cancer, and so Ryan was really worried that if he died that she would be all alone. And so Beckett moves all the way to Colorado where Ella has, I believe it's like a bed and breakfast, and he vows to protect her and help her. And Ella does not want him there. She is independent. She doesn't need him. She doesn't think that Ryan needed to ask someone to look over her, but she has no idea that Beckett is the man she was pen paling with, and so while she has him there, she's also kind of pining over this man that disappeared. And it is their romance, and it is super, super emotional, so you definitely have to have a tissue box ready because this one got me in all the feels, and it is definitely a must read. I really love Rebecca Yarros' writing, and I can't wait to read what she has next. The next book I have to talk about is Irresistible by Melanie Harlow. This is the first book in the Cloverleaf Farms series, and it's the spin-off series of the One and Only series. And this one is a small town romance centering around several sisters that work for their family's business. This follows Franny, and she's been working for her family's business for quite a while, and I think due to a medical condition her parents have always been really protective of her, and she's never really branched out and done her own thing. I think she still lives at home and she works for the business. I think they have this big hotel type of thing where they host events and things like that. She also nannies part-time for the CFO of the company, and his name is Mac, and he is a single father to 3 daughters because his wife walked out on them, and unfortunately his nanny is unable to care for his kids anymore, so he needs a nanny full-time, and he asks Sawyer to do so, and she takes on the job, and it is their romance. It's definitely forbidden because Mac works for her parents' company and works for her father, and she's his employee as well, so it's kind of forbidden on both sides, and they try to deny that they have feelings for one another, especially because there's a little bit of an age gap between them, but of course they cannot deny it. And this was a perfect mixture of cute and steamy. Has plenty of good steamy scenes, but their chemistry was really good as well, and I really liked the little girls that Mac has, so this one's a definite must read. The next book I have to talk about is Until It Fades by K.A. Tucker. This was the second K.A. Tucker book I ever read, and I really liked it. And this is about a single mother named Catherine, and she has 1 child, and she's a waitress, and I think she struggles financially. She lives in a small town, and ever since she had her child out of wedlock, everyone in the town kind of looks down upon her. So Catherine doesn't have a lot of self-confidence, and she kind of feels like an outsider. And one day she's coming back from work, I believe, and she stumbles upon a car wreck. She saves the guy who crashed out of a car wreck right before his car blows up. It turns out the guy she saves is a really famous hockey player named Brett Madden, and she really doesn't want to reveal who she is because she doesn't want to be in the spotlight, but of course he figures out who she is, and he becomes enamored with this small town girl. But the 2 of them come from really different worlds. Brett has a lot of money and fame, and Catherine is kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. And like I said, it's their romance. It's really good, really emotional as well. It's a little bit more of a hard-hitting book versus a couple of the others I've mentioned. It's not a sob fest like The Last Letter, but it definitely is a heavier book, and I would really recommend it. The last book I have to recommend is Rafe by Rebecca Weatherspoon, and this one is definitely the steamiest of the bunch. And this one's about a single mom named Sloane. She is super career driven, and she has two 6-year-old daughters, and her nanny kind of leaves unexpectedly, and she's kind of left high and dry, so she's desperate for a new nanny. And the nanny she hires is Rafe, and he's been a nanny for ages, but he really wants to retire so he can settle down and have his own family. But when he hears of Sloane's predicament, he decides to take on this last job, and when he gets hired and they meet, they are instantly attracted to one another, and their romance kind of goes from there, them trying to juggle this professional and personal relationship and date while also her employing him. And I love that this one kind of had a gender shift, where Rafe was definitely the paternal and soft teddy bear type of person. Sloane was more career driven, and I really liked the dynamic between them. And this one was definitely the steamiest, like I said, so if you want a steamy read, this one is definitely for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed these 5 recommendations. I would love to hear your guys' single parent romance recommendations as well. I'll link these all down below, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye!